Hello there, Gemini, and welcome to your reading for January 2023. Thanks for stopping by today and checking out this video. If you like what you see, click on that thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for me. All right, so we're going to start off this reading with a spirit totem, an animal totem, kind of the theme for the month for you, Gemini. All right, Spirit, what animal totem best represents Gemini for the month of January, please? Too many fell. That's just too many. I'll take that one. All right, your animal totem is frog, prosperity. Let go of the past and embrace change. Opportunities are close at hand. Hop into this new day with joy. Abundance and good fortune await you. Okay, Gemini, I get the sense that you have a lot of frustration around being either successful or status or fame or resources, or like there's a sense of lack or not having enough, or you've been fighting for a while trying to increase income or increase resources. There's something that you've been working on that you've been waiting for a payback, and it looks like in January you will start seeing that. I feel like up to that point, or up to this point, you're almost to the point where you're like ready to throw your hands up and give up, but don't. This is Spirit saying, hang on just a little bit longer. Prosperity is coming. Something about letting go of the past and embrace change. So there may be a new direction that you need to go, and that triggers some prosperity. You may have to just look within and see your perspectives versus maybe somebody you've confided in perspective, and really taking an honest look at yourself and how your past is flavoring the present and how it's making you think a certain way, or you expect a certain outcome because of this action, and all of that isn't true. That's all based on your past and what happened in the past, good or bad, right or wrong. So keep going. There is something, a new opportunity heading your way, something I think that you aren't seeing, that you won't see coming. And I think it'll catch you off guard. It might be what helps you look at your past or look within in your perspective and how you are trying to go about whatever it is, the goal that you're trying to get to, and reevaluate all of that. But abundance and good fortune are awaiting you. So get through January. Don't give up. Keep trying whatever it is you're working on, whatever is important. If this is a project, if this is a mental thing or a spiritual attunement or a job or career thing, right? Whatever this is about, hang on. Opportunity is coming. Prosperity is coming, and change and growth, internal growth is coming as well. All right, Spirit. What else should we know about Gemini in January, please? Okay, what else is going to happen for Gemini in January, Spirit? Okay. This card fell, and we have Eagle Spirit, freedom. Okay. This confirms for me that you are going to have gained some kind of freedom from some kind of shackles or chains. Like I said, your past, the way you're thinking, the way you approach things, the way you act, the way you respond to things. It's a prison. Like you've been doing the same thing all these, let's say, years. And this is Spirit saying change is coming, opportunity is coming, and freedom. You will understand and see freedom. And with the eagle on the card here, that's gaining a new perspective. So eagle may mean something to you. Eagle might be a more permanent type of spirit guide for you, whereas the frog, I think this is mainly for January, what's going to happen, what you can expect, the theme, If you see frogs, like in a, let's say a nature documentary, or you're walking out in nature and you see, or even hear frogs, it's much more likely to hear frogs. Just know that is the universe or spirit trying to let you know they're there, that they are supporting you to hang on, to keep going, and look forward to the future. Your fortune will change. Next, we have standing stones, passage. So for me, this is like a rite of passage. If you hang on, if you keep trying and you don't give up, and even though it feels like there's no hope, and that might be your energy, your spirit, your higher self telling you the way you're thinking, the way you're going about things, what you thought was successful in the past, or how you got to certain stages or success is no longer valid for now, for this project or this job or this mental attunement or this spiritual, if you're exploring spirituality or exploring your gender or sexuality or whatever. This is a rite of passage, and yes, it's meant to be hard. It's not meant, a rite of passage is not something that is just easy. It's you go through the aches and pains of growing, growing up, growing internally, growing spiritually, and you get to a point where it finally starts getting easier, right? You've been climbing uphill. You're not seeing the end. You don't know that you'll ever get to that point where you can get to the top and start coming back down the hill and going with the flow of energy instead of fighting, trying to go and get more successful, be more prosperous, that kind of thing. So you're going to get there. You just need to hang on. And I think that by the end of January, you're going to see a change, or it's going to be enough to keep you inspired, to keep you going, or to change the direction that you need to go in a different way than what you're used to, what you've done in the past. All right. Spirit, tell me more about Gemini in January, please. What else does Gemini need to know about this change of events, about the freedom, releasing themselves from old methods, old habits? Adjustment, looking back, moving forward. Perfect. This is the perfect card. This is exactly what I'm talking about. And there's an owl, so owl could mean something to you. Owl usually is a sign of wisdom, but this is a time of adjustment. And toward the back end of January, I think you're going to be feeling that energy more. And I think that's because you've gone through this rite of passage. You're now you've gotten to the top of that hill that you've been working on. And now it's adjustment as you go down, as things get easier and flow easier. And so with looking back, that's more of, wow, I've come a long way, versus afraid of looking back because you're afraid of something coming, or you're losing something. No, this is looking back at your life, looking back at your choices, looking back at how you got here and being like, wow, cool, and appreciating and having gratitude, and then being able to move forward. Like I said, by the end of January, there's something that will help you move forward. There will be a change. There will be an adjustment, just like this card says. And you will get right back into the swing of things and moving forward, and it'll go much easier from that point on, probably starting in February. And last here we have wings of light, becoming something new. Exactly. That's still right along the lines of what I've been saying. You are coming into a new phase. You're understanding more about what goes on with you internally. You probably are going to be exposed to more gifts or spiritual enlightenment, or be more aware of the spirit guides around you, whether they're owl or eagle or frog or any other number of totem animals that have been with you, or angels, or aliens, or whatever it is that you believe that are in the other realm that is around you, that helps you. Or if you don't believe these things, I think that there's going to be enough happening, enough coincidences, that you're going to start at least questioning, maybe there is more to life than just living, being born, trying to make a living and dying, right? You might be that type of person. So kind of be aware of that too. I also find it interesting that this is card 24 and 42. So it's flipped numbers, right? I also think that's you too. You've been this way, now you're going to flip and be the other way, and be a newer way, and new, have maybe even new goals, or maybe an adjustment of what it is you think you want, because now you understand more how to get to where you want to go. All right, let's get some more information. Spirit, tell me more about Gemini in January, please. What else can you tell Gemini about what's going to happen in January? Okay, we have a card fly, another one. Here's the first one, the Queen of Swords. All right, Queen of Swords, quite the leader in her own respect. This person, whether you're male or female, has more feminine energy, but Swords is masculine. So this is a balance of active and passive, a balance of outward focus and inward focus. So, but the Queen of Swords can be seen as cold, aloof, harsh in her words, but this person only wants truth and is more based in logic and reason and fact than emotion and heartfelt things and spirituality. And this is under the Freedom card here. So I want to say, and truth, the Queen of Swords is about truth. I think I said that, but the truth will set you free, and not only set you free, but put the right tone in your heart that you are a leader. You're somebody with authority, or you're somebody that people look up to and come for advice because you speak truth. You're only interested in truth. And like I said, sometimes that can be perceived as cold or harsh, but it's actually a blessing. And don't discount that, don't dismiss that, and don't diminish it. It is very important, and Spirit is definitely pointing it out to you. And this is your freedom. Next card is Six of Coins. Generosity. And this is under the Standing Stones. This is that kind of rite of passage that I was talking about. I think what this is talking about is understanding, even though it's been a struggle, you've been fighting uphill, right? You've been trying and trying and trying. The universe has been generous in helping you, even though up until this point, it doesn't feel like it. Like I said, you're probably coming into this reading wondering if you should even keep going, keep trying what you're trying, that kind of thing. But the universe, Spirit, whatever your beliefs are, has been behind you, supporting you, helping you, and has been generous with their time and effort. And I also think that this, with that kind of realization or understanding, that it'll help you be more generous with your time and your understanding and your effort into either completing this project, helping others. Like I said, you're like an authority figure, or somebody that people can come to and ask advice because you have experience or you have understanding, something that makes you more knowledgeable. Next, under adjustment, we have the Page of Wands. Now, the Page is a younger energy, but it doesn't mean child or young one. It's an energy of looking at something in a new way. With it being wands, fire, there's a spark, like a new passion, a new spark under this adjustment. As you adjust your way of thinking, adjust your way of acting or pursuing a goal or a dream or whatever this has been frustrating with you, you've been frustrated about, this adjustment gives you a new perspective. And that's another thing about the Page. It's starting a new project or a new cycle from not from childlike eyes. Whereas what I'm talking about is you're approaching something new without garbage of the past, like shading it or flavoring it. Sometimes stuff from our childhood creeps up or creeps into our everyday thoughts, and Sometimes it makes it hard for us to move into something new because of something that happened in the past. Well, I tried this and it happened this way, so it's probably going to happen this way now. You won't have to deal with that with this adjustment. Once you are looking back and you are grateful for how far you've come and you have this new energy that you're moving forward with a childlike freedom. Well, again, yeah, see, like with your freedom to explore and to be curious without worry or without doubt or without the past flavoring it. Okay, so that's really exciting. And finally, under Wings of Light, we have the Knight of Coins. You got 3 court cards. So there could be a lot of people, physical people around you that are helping you, young and old, brash and withheld, or like I said, aloof. Like there's different people around you that are supporting you and helping you. And with this, it's underneath Wings of Light, becoming something new, like Page of Wands. So by the end, I would say, you know, like middle of January, this new spark, this new inspiration, when you're coming into February, you will have steady progress and you will be more feeling or acting more like you've got something to prove now. You have something worthy that you need to show, and you need to go out there into the world and show what it is that you've learned or you've created or you've done. And because this is something new, and be generous with your spirit, because you've got fiery spirit, right? You've got new passion. You're being generous with all this energy. You're showing people, you're sharing your journey. You're you know, you thought you had to give it all up, but things have happened and changed, and now you are in a new perspective. You're in a new energy, and you're able to go forward with more effort, or with less effort, and with more ease. And in a way, I think that might attract some of these people to ask you, what are you doing? How did this happen? Or how did you get from here to here so quickly? You know, that kind of thing. And that's where they're coming to you for advice, and you are showing and leading and teaching and guiding. Because I feel like this is something that you're going to want to share with people and help them realize the things that you're realizing. Excuse me. All right, let's get one final card, okay? One final card, please, for Gemini for January, Spirit. One final piece of advice. One fell, so that's one we'll use. Learn. Take a lesson from the owls. So owl is a big one for you. Watch out for owls during January. Take a lesson from the owls. Deeply observe the night, and you'll become a little wiser in the day. Oh, that's an interesting saying, right? So another way to think of this, deeply observe the night, deeply observe the dark, the darkness, the shadow aspect of you, of who you are, the parts that you aren't necessarily willing to see easily, the parts that you would rather shun or not admit are a part of you. That will help you become a little wiser. And that, I think that's part of the looking back and moving forward, because you can look back, and there's an owl on this card. And you can look at all the lessons you've learned, and you can look at all the depth of you and see how much you've learned and grown, and how much more you've matured in a way that you want to help others. And I feel like up to this point, this isn't something that you've really... Not that you don't want to help people, but it's not like something in your forefront thoughts, or you've been more about just trying to get yourself together, trying to get either your life together, your family together, so you can be prosperous and you can feel successful, and you can feel like you don't, let's say living from paycheck to paycheck, you feel like you have a little bit of breathing room, that sort of thing. And you want to share your journey, and January is key for getting up over the hump, the worst part, and then coming back down and going with the flow and sharing all of that with the people closest to you and who want to know. And being grateful for all that you've learned. Okay, Gemini, I think that's all the messages that I have for you. Please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thanks again for watching, and may the cosmos bless you with love and light. Namaste.